I'm kind of glad I never saw family as a binary, though, of course, being raised by a single mother, I've had people like question my, like how I felt and such like that, and they would shame me about it. you know, like people will shame you over anything, right? And I feel like, shaming over family is really fucked up. But I mean, it is what it is, and you gotta deal with it. Um, you know, when people have like, people really obsess over like fatherlessness, you know, uh, but you know, I've kind of, I'm kind of lucky that I didn't fall down any like weird, like, conservative like shit, you know, because I feel like conservatives they grab onto like the concept and the reality of some fatherlessness in America, and they like extrapolate that into see what like the left is doing or what the liberals are doing. I mean, I'm sure the liberals and the ratchet effect and their with their policies do apply to nothing getting done. But yeah. Um, Single parenting is hard, obviously. Generally, it's the mother who has the kid, props to him if he does. But it's not so simple to frame it as fatherless, but tribeless. Stress could be seen as some woo woo kinetic energy, but with enough people involved, the stress is divided amongst them. I guess that's what money is for, you know, financially, as individuality, like, kind of divides people and makes it, like, uh, not very accessible and convenient to have multiple people in a house once it's like, you know, everything's too expensive, you know. But yeah, I guess that's slightly what money is for, you know, you know, in the framework of like individuality and people having their own shit. It just seems like such a carpet out from under our species when we expect two parents and one male providing all like suddenly, at least in terms of like when we've been hunter gatherers and not, you know. Um, but the economic money system holds the illusion that he likely had control, you know, because he's the provider. Um, I mean, before money, it was just, women were property, and so it's kind of, not a good outlook when you strip away the money that she would just be the like the proxy of what you say, you know. Um, in our modern age, I think we have come far, maybe, with, outside of our hunter gatherer lifestyles that we evolved out of, if you consider it evolved out of. I mean, it's kind of arbitrary since we were kind of pushed out from it. Um, but we've come far with like food abundance and I guess, vaccines and some forms of individuality. Like, there's nothing wrong with individuality, but the division on top of individuality. You can still be yourself, but, you know. um, oh, yeah, I was gonna say that, like, individuality kind of like pried apart family values while we become more global at the same time. We are never we're never going back, unless we nuke ourselves. We are far more global than any, unless you count like humans going out of Africa and spreading. That doesn't really count. Um, but with this globalism and the breakdown of family, we blame immigrants, we blame black people, we blame lack of religion, because religion does bring people together, but eh, it's kind of cringe. It's better to have your own, uh, if you want to be religious, that's fine. I have nothing against it. I'm agnostic. But it's probably better to just have your spirituality, on an individual level, unless you really want to share that spirituality with the community and not make it some like give me money or I'm molesting you on the side or something like right. No way, fuck that. um Jesus Christ. So with the breakdown family and globalism, anything's on the table to blame that for, like, so you know one of my favorite authors, Nancy Friday, once said something along the lines of, we realize it takes a village when we don't have one to raise a child. You know, and she mentions like, you know, houses that had big families are now empty of uncles' rooms and grandparents' rooms, and you know, people remember times when they lived with like large families. Um, I'm not saying there isn't downsides though, you know, because people say stranger danger, but you're more likely to get like raped by somebody you know. So, but I don't think, um, I don't know if I want to say like less families means less sexual harassment or anything. That's just insane. Um, yeah. So obviously this is some like romanticization of hunter-gatherers that I've always had, but it really, I'm honestly glad I have it, even though I think it's silly like now, kind of, because we're never going back to that lifestyle. There's still people who are hunter-gatherers, but it's only a matter of time until we finally gave them enough Nike clothing and like Coca-Cola that we destroy all their societies. What was I saying? Uh, fuck. I had a point, but I lost it. I might have to get back to it.